Chapter 108, Ahab and the Carpenter. Picture this. You're on a deck. First night watch. The carpenter is standing before his vice bench and by the light of two lanterns busily filing the ivory joist for the leg, which joist is firmly fixed in the vice. Slabs of ivory, leather straps, pads, screws, and various tools of all sorts are lying about the bench. Forward, the red flame of the forge is seen where the blacksmith is at work. Drat the file, drat the bone. That is hard what should be soft, that is soft what should be hard. So we go. We'll file old jaws and shin bones. Let's try another. Oh, I know. This works better. Oh, hello, this dust, bone dust. This bone dust is, why? Yes, it. Bless my soul, it won't let me speak. Is what an old fellow gets now for working in dead lumber. Saw a live tree and you don't get this dust. Amputate a live bone, you don't get this dust. Oh, come on, you old smut. Hey, bear a hand. Let's have the ferrule and buckle screw. Come on. Be ready for him presently. Let's have him. Okay. Oh, lucky now. It's a lucky thing there's no knee joint to make. Oh, that might puzzle a little. But a mere shin bone. It's nothing. It's as easy as making hop poles. Only I should like to put a good finish on it. This time, if I only had the time, I could turn out as neat a leg now as oh God. I could turn him out as neat a leg now as ever scraped to a lady in a parlor. Those buckskin legs and calves of legs I've seen at shop windows wouldn't compare at all. They soak water, they do. Of course, they get rheumatic, of course, and have to be doctored and with washes and lotions, just like live legs. I was going to say live legs. I don't mean live leg. I mean live eggs. You know what I'm talking about. There. Before I saw it off now, I must call his old mogul shin and see whether the length will be right. Oh, too short, if anything, I guess. Ha! Yeah, there's the heel. We are in luck. Here he comes. Or it's somebody else. That's certain. Ahab is speaking. He's advancing. And during the ensuing scene, the carpenter continues sneezing at times. Well, man maker. Just in time, sir. If the captain pleases, I will now mark the length. Let me measure, sir. Measured for a leg. That's good. Well, it's not it's not the first time, that's true. About it. There, keep thy finger on it. There's a cogent vice thou hast here. Ooh, that vice looks pretty good, Carpenter. Let me feel its grip once. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, it does pinch, don't it? Oh, sir, it'll break bones, so beware. No, I like a good grip. I like to feel something in this slippery world that can hold, man. Yeah. What's Prometheus about there? The blacksmith, I mean. What's he about? He must be forging the buckle screw, sir, now. All right. It's a partnership. He supplies the muscle part and he makes a fierce fire flame, don't he? Aye, sir. He must have the white heat for this kind of work. So he must. I do deem it now a most meaning thing that old Greek Prometheus, who made men, they say, should have been a blacksmith and animated them with fire. For what's made in fire must properly belong to fire, and so hell's probable. Oh man, how that soot flies. This must be the remainder the Greek made the Africans of. Carpenter, when he's through with that buckle, tell him to forge a pair of steel shoulder blades. There's a peddler aboard with a crushing pack. Sir. Hold. While Prometheus is about it, I'll order a complete man after a desirable pattern. Let's see. I think 50 feet high in his socks, then chest modeled after the Thames Tunnel, then legs with roots to them to stay in one place, then arms 3 feet through the wrist. No heart at all. Brass forehead, about a quarter of an acre of fine brains. Let me see. Shall I order eyes to look outward? No. Put a skylight on top of his head to illuminate inward. There. Take the order and away. Now, what's he speaking about? And who's he speaking to, I should like to know. Shall I keep standing here waiting for him? Tis but an indifferent architecture to make a blind dome. Here's one. No. I must have a lantern. Oh, that's it. I understand that. Here are two, sir. One will serve my turn. What art thou thrusting that thief catcher into my face for, man? Thrusted light is worse than presented pistols. Well, I thought, sir, that you spoke to the carpenter. Carpenter? What's that? No. A very tidy, and I must say extremely gentlemanlike sort of business they're out in here, Carpenter. Or wouldst thou rather work in clay? Sir, clay? Clay, sir? What are you talking? That's mud. We leave clay to ditchers, sir. What? What art thou sneezing about? Bone is rather dusty, sir. Take the hint then, and when thou art dead, never bury thyself under living people's noses. Sir. Oh, yeah, I guess so, yes, sir. Good thinking, sir. Look ye, Carpenter. I dare say thou callest thyself a right good workman like workman, right? Well then, will it speak thoroughly well for thy work, if, when I come to mount this leg thou makest, I shall nevertheless feel another leg in the same identical place as this leg. That is, Carpenter, my old lost leg, the flesh and blood one, I mean. Canst thou not drive that old Adam away? Truly, sir, I begin to understand somewhat now. Yeah, I've heard something curious on that score, sir. How a dismasted man may never entirely lose the feeling of that old spar, that it'll still be pricking him at times. May I humbly ask if it really be so, sir? It is, man. Look, put thy live leg here, in the place where mine once was. So now, here is only one distinct leg to the eye, yet two to the soul. Where thou feelest tingling life, there, exactly there to a hair do I. Is it a riddle? I should humbly call it a poser, sir. Hist then, how dost thou know that some entire living, thinking thing may not be invisibly and interpenetratingly standing precisely where they're out now standing. Some other creature that lives exactly where thou dost live. Aye, and standing there in thy spite, in my most solitary hours, then dost thou not fear eavesdroppers? Hold, don't speak. And if I still feel the smart of my crushed leg, though it be so long dissolved, then why mayest not thou, Carpenter, feel the fiery pains of hell forever and without a body? Ha! Good Lord, good Lord. Truly, sir, if it comes to that, I must calculate over again. I think I didn't carry a small figure, sir. Look ye, puddinhead. How long before the leg is done? Huh? How long? Well, perhaps an hour, sir. Bungle away at it then, and bring it to me in an hour. Do you understand? Oh, life. Here I am, proud as a Greek god, and yet standing deader to this blockhead for a bone to stand on. Cursed be that mortal interindebtedness which will not do away with ledgers. I would be free as air, and I'm down in the whole world's books. I am so rich, I could have given bid for bid with the wealthiest praetorians at the auction of the Roman Empire, which was the world's. And yet I owe for the flesh and the tongue that I brag with. By heavens, I'll get a crucible and into it, and dissolve myself down into one small compendious vertebrae. So. Well. Stubb knows him best. Stubb always says he's queer. Says nothing but that one sufficient little word. Queer. He's queer, says Stubb. He's queer. Queer. And he keeps dinning it into Mr. Starbuck all the time. Queer, sir. Queer. Very queer. Oh, and here's his leg. Now that I think of it, here's his bedfellow. Has a stick of whale's jawbone for a wife. Oh, and this is his leg. He'll stand on this. What was that now about one leg standing in three places and all three places standing in one hell? What was that? Oh, I don't wonder he looks so scornful at me. I'm sort of a strange-thoughted sometimes, they say. That's only haphazard like. And a short little old body like me should never undertake to wade out into the deep waters with the tall, heron-built captains. Water chucks you under the slim, sure enough. Not for most folks, one leg lasts a lifetime. And that must be because they use them mercifully, as a tender-hearted old lady uses her roly-poly old coach horses. But Ahab, he's a hard driver. Look, driven one leg to death and sprabbed the other one for life, and now wears out bone legs by the cord. Hello! Hey, you! Hey, smut! Bear a hand there with those screws and let's finish it before the resurrection fellow comes a-calling with his horn for all legs, true or false, as brewery men go around collecting old beer barrels to fill them up again. Let's get a move on. I don't want that old man coming down here again. He scares me so. What a leg this is. Woo! Looks like a real live leg. Filed down to nothing but the core. He'll be standing on this tomorrow. He'll be taking altitudes on this tomorrow. Hello? I almost forgot the little oval slate. Smoothed ivory where he'll be figuring up the latitudes. Come on, chisel. File and sandpaper. Now it's good.